Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Andrew Behar, the CEO of As You Sow. He's going to chat to us a little bit about his company, get to know him and his needs, and hopefully have a lovely conversation. Thank you so much for your time, Andrew. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. So, talk to me. What is As You Grow?
As
Sorry,
you
As You
sow,
Sow.
it's okay. No,
Sorry.
funny. Actually, we've been around for 30 years, and As You Grow was the name of our 30th year event that we had.
Oh,
So we
wow.
we do lots of puns with it. So As You Sow is a 501c3. It's a nonprofit. We were founded in 1992. We focus on corporate accountability through the lens of shareholders. So we do a great deal of research. We publish 10 research reports. Yesterday, we actually came out with our 10th anniversary of the 100 most overpaid CEOs of the S&P 500 report. The week before that was a report called Pesticides in the Pantry, which is all about companies that use pesticides and trying to get them to shift to regenerative agriculture.
Mm-hmm.
Week before that was net zero, so all about climate change. And actually, on the 29th, we have a new report coming out that links diversity in the workforce to financial outperformance. So we do all these reports, we score companies, and then
Yeah.
we sit down with them. And this year, we sat down with 210 companies, and
Wow.
we talked to them about how they could become better companies, how they could outperform, how they could um, reduce material risk for all stakeholders. And those we have those conversations with the companies, and generally most of them agree because we're bringing them good data. The ones who don't, we file what are called shareholder resolutions. These are 500-word documents filed 6 months in advance of an annual meeting that then all the shareholders get to vote on this. So that's essentially what we do. We're trying to get big corporations to make big changes in order to become better companies and serve all their stakeholders.
Amazing. I love that you're holding the right people accountable. That's so cool. I didn't actually know that you could do that. So
Yeah.
why do they listen? What's in it for them? Is it are they
Well,
genuinely
first
looking?
off, yeah, first off, we're shareholders, so the board reports to us. So
Ah,
the SEC says that you have to listen to us, and that's why we file an SEC sanctioned resolution, and then
yeah.
every shareholder votes on it, and then you continue the conversation with the company. So, uh, you know, that's it's a legal requirement that they listen to their shareholders. That's how the system is built.
Yeah.
So we use that venue to you find when you talk to people in corporations, you may say, oh, for instance, we got McDonald's and Dunkin' and Starbucks to stop using styrofoam. That means 3 billion styrofoam
Mhm.
cups are not being produced this year. We got
Yeah.
Unilever to stop using 100,000 tons of plastic. So we really care about all the plastic being produced and then the plastic going into the ocean.
Mm.
We work to help local communities, fence line communities that are having emissions from a big factory. We
Yeah.
then file a resolution with the factory, the big company, in this
Mhm.
case, Kinder Morgan, the largest pipeline company in the United States. And we help the local community in St. Louis to actually address this health problem to the community. We
Yeah.
work to get companies to have a racial justice policies and practices
Mhm.
because it creates a culture that's going to be better. It's going to attract the best and the brightest, and actually create a culture that's going to be um, just better for the company as well as all the employees. So we try to help the companies to see their way to making these kind of changes. Climate change, every company is having problems now. Their supply chains are just thrashed because of all the
Yeah.
just this crazy extreme weather and droughts and floods. I mean,
Mhm.
like there's no cotton available anymore. There's no, just reading yesterday about how, um, just all these commodities are being wiped out by these weather events. So
Yeah.
impossible to get olive oil now. Spain lost their entire olive oil harvest. So
Yeah.
these are the conversations we have with companies about risk.
Okay, that's so cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. So how did you get into As You Sow? What's your story?
So my story, this is actually my first gig at a nonprofit. So I've always been in I was actually trained as a filmmaker, a documentary filmmaker. And I did that for about 15 years. Then I went through about a decade of doing startups, all kinds of different companies. I'd license patents and start companies. I've always been an environmentalist. I've always felt that corporate power was something that could be turned toward creating a safe, just, and sustainable world. And I
Mm.
was, um, I met the founder of As You Sow back in 1980. We were working to try to close a nuclear reactor north of Manhattan in New
Yeah.
York. And anyway, we came to be reacquainted. We were friends all those years, but we saw each other when I moved to San Francisco. And um, anyway, I got involved with As You Sow and ended up being their CEO, writing a new strategic plan for them. So this is my third chapter of my career.
That's amazing. Okay, cool. So then what's the vision for As You Sow long term? I mean, I get that you're trying to sort of, change the way that corporate has impact on the environment. So yeah, do you have any sort of like specific long term goals?
For every person to become empowered. Right now, everyone who has a retirement plan, let's say you're in a 401k or a 403b plan,
Mm-hmm.
you are abdicating your right and your power. You are probably in a Vanguard or BlackRock um, group of mutual funds, which means you own the extractive economy.
Yeah.
People don't realize it. There's 100
Yeah.
million people with $10 trillion who are invested in Exxon, Saudi Aramco, companies burning down the Amazon, private prisons, which is the
Mm.
manifestation of racist policy, weapons. I mean, you've got teachers who own and are profiting from assault weapons. So we believe everyone should become aware of this, and
Yeah.
we produce and create all these tools. So our vision is a safe, just, and sustainable world for all. The way to
Yeah.
get there is every person saying, "I want my power back. Want to. I earn the money, so I get to decide on my investments, and I also get to." What are called proxy votes. I get to vote on all these resolutions and I get to choose
Mhm.
who's on the board of directors of every corporation
Mhm.
will be transformative. So that's what we are working on doing.
That's amazing. Oh, I really love the vision. I love the company. I love it all. Like I really had no idea that this was going on. So you are opening my mind. So, what are some of the challenges that you guys are currently facing at As You Sow?
So, one of the things that I know you work with a lot of folks who do have a lot of really talented folks. Um,
Mm.
we publish a lot of reports. If you go to As You Sow, and it's SOW, as in so shall ye reap. It's a biblical term.
Yeah.
If you go to asyousow.org and you click on reports, you're going to see all these different reports. And
Mm.
designing and publishing those, uh, we're always looking for people who can do that kind of publication, like doing, I guess it's called desktop publishing, but
Yeah.
uh, and project managing the production of these reports is something that we're always looking for. Um, people with those talents, those skill sets.
Yeah. Okay, great. So would you be interested in sort of like researchers and analysts and things like that as well to sort of get the background side of it, or just the publishing side?
Researchers depends on, like we just had 6 researchers come in for 16 weeks this summer to expand our racial justice scorecard from looking at 1,000 companies to looking at 3,000 companies. So
Wow.
we have a pretty good team that, again, it's kind of sporadic work.
Yeah.
The pesticides work that's published once every 2 years. So there
Okay.
was a period of about 6 months where we did have other researchers come in to assist our staff. So
Yeah.
there is pretty constantly research work, but it's not, it's kind of sprints of research.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I think yeah, that answered all my questions. Thank you so much
Great.
for your time, Andrew. You really, I'm really interested in what you guys do, and we can definitely get you in contact with people that would be able to assist on the product side. And yeah, continue doing the amazing work. And it was lovely to connect with you.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, that was amazing. You